Did you ever hit her? Did you ever injure her?
No, no. My God, no.
But as you know, increasingly, in the public, suspicion has turned on you.
Yes, definitely.
Hello everybody, it's my Mystery back with another video today for you guys. And in today's video I want to teach you guys about a specific type of narcissist, the sociopathic narcissistic husband. And the subject for today's video is Scott Peterson, who was convicted of the murder of his wife and unborn child and was sentenced to the death penalty and is currently on death row. So yeah, here we go. One of the first things that we want to look for is any telltale signs of deception. And this is because sociopaths and narcissists lie a lot. They do this because they want to manipulate people, but also they want to cover up from the awful things that they do. And Scott Peterson is no exception. So once we're looking for signs of deception, we want to look for something that is called duping delight, which is once the subject takes great satisfaction in the fact that they're duping you, that they can't help but smile or laugh. And just have a look at this clip.
I think everybody sitting at home wants the answer to the same question. Did you murder your wife?
No, I did not. And I had absolutely nothing to do with her disappearance. And use the word murder, and yeah, I mean, that is a possibility. It's not one we're ready to accept, and it creeps in my mind late at night.
Now, this one is a pretty interesting one. It's called triangulation, and this is very common amongst narcissistic people, and it's probably one of the ones that you should look out for if you're in a relationship with someone that you think is a narcissist. So what is triangulation? Triangulation is when a narcissist brings a third party into the relationship to pit against their victim. Scott, he did this by having an affair with a woman called Amber Fry. And he probably used this woman, Amber, as a way to get his selfish needs met and get the attention that he craved, while simultaneously using her as a tool to get back at Lacey. He had no empathy for Lacey, he had no morals regarding his marriage and no compassion for, this union that he agreed to be part of. It was simply all about him.
Turned to me because of the inappropriate romantic that I had with Amber Fry.
Amber Fry went public about the romance after seeing all the stories about Lacey Peterson's disappearance.
I met Scott Peterson November 20th, 2002. I was introduced to him. I was told he was unmarried.
Amber Fry came forward. Did you tell her that you were not married?
I did. And then when Lacey disappeared, I called her, and admittedly it wasn't immediately. It was a couple days after Lacey's disappearance that I telephoned her and told her the truth.
The truth?
That I was married, that Lacey disappeared. She didn't know about it at that point. And then she contacted the police.
But Fry says she first found out about Lacey from the news, not from Scott.
Were you in love with her?
No.
So the last quick one that I want to talk about is lack of any real emotions. If you know anything about sociopaths or psychopaths, is that they lack empathy. They don't feel for other people. I am aware that some sociopaths can form attachments and they do feel empathy for certain people, but they don't feel empathy for most people. So this is a big thing that you want to watch for if you want to see if someone's a sociopath or a narcissist, is do they feel any sort of empathy? And I don't see any empathy in Scott, especially in the clip where Diane Sawyer asks Scott about his unborn son who was killed because Lacey was killed. And Scott, first of all, never mentions him in the interview. And then second of all, doesn't seem to be too bothered while talking about him. Just watch this clip.
I noticed during the interview he had not yet talked about something.
You haven't mentioned your son.
it's so hard.
Okay, so if somebody's going to ask you about your son who's been murdered, taken from you before he even had a chance to live, and you should show no visible emotion at all, that sort of hints to me that something's not right with you, that maybe you haven't got a developed enough brain to feel empathy. And it also makes you capable of, if you don't feel empathy, capable of really terrible things because you don't feel remorse. So yeah, that's my video on Scott Peterson and how to spot a sociopathic narcissist. If you're with a guy like this, I just have one word for you: run. Okay, bye.